Hello and welcome to another wonderful talk at the Positive Future for Health podcast. I'm your host, Althea Finch. I'm the creator of the Pain Free Method. How to be pain free or symptom free by tuning into you. And you can find out more about that at painfreedom.co.uk. And as well as teaching people how to be pain free with my methods, I know that I meet so many amazing therapists like Claire and interesting people about positive future. How are we going to change the world for the better? What does that look like? And in my world, that means natural therapies and positive thinkers. And that's why I started the podcast. So on tonight's podcast, we have Claire Schrader, who's going to be talking about, as I said, the let's get the title right, solstice meditation. And I'm really interested about this because it's something I teach in my method, tuning into nature. We are nature, being part and parcel of the seasons. Tune into what's growing around you, to the planets, to the sun, the moon, the stars. To be in tune, in flow, a very important part of pain free. Come into alignment, into flow. So I'm so excited Claire said yes to come on and tell us all about it and guide us. So, Claire, tell us about yourself. How did you get into all of this?
Okay. Yeah, well, it's been a bit of a long journey because I started out in life very, very shy. I had quite a lot of early trauma, which caused me to really retreat into my shell as a child. And if you've retreated into your shell as a child, it's pretty difficult to get out of it. It becomes kind of like habitual. And a very remarkable thing happened when I was in my early 20s, and I, phew, I think I'll tell the whole story on my next one
Hello.
that I'm going to do
Oh, okay.
on the 28th. I
Good.
got introduced to the idea of drama, which was the last thing that a shy girl wants to do. And I got attracted to it. And I think this is kind of like a really important thing, is about noticing where we're drawn. And I think this is also a very important part
Mm,
of the winter solstice, because this is an extreme time of the year. Um, so I started doing drama, and
mm.
out of that my confidence started to build. I
Oh,
started
wow.
becoming more of myself, my true self. I I, I started doing things. I was going on stage and acting in different parts, and then it had a huge impact on what I could do with my life as a result of that. And then many
Amazing.
years later, as I came round to, I trained in dramatherapy, and while I was doing my training, I was looking at what I wanted to do with it, and I realized that, what I really wanted to do was to help people who had similar journeys to me.
Mm.
So that's how the sunflower effect came about. Um, I have one person here who actually has participated
Oh,
in one of the courses that I run.
beautiful.
So
So
it
going,
was.
so going, going, going back to your childhood, I mean, lots of people are shy, lots of children are very shy. And what life was that for you? How did that affect you? What did you experience because of that? Because I'm sure there must be lots of people watching, perhaps, who feel still as adults. Maybe they're still shy now, or
Oh
were very
yes,
shy.
oh yes,
What did that do to
and
you? How was that life?
well, I was very quiet, so I wouldn't say boo to a goose. So like many shy people, we have learned to stay out of the way, to not be noticed, to be as invisible as we possibly can, so that we won't be noticed or or um or noticed in the way that we don't want our shyness to be seen.
Right.
That's the painful. We know somehow or other we're not coming across like, the confident children. So yes, I mean, I just was very quiet. I had a very, very quiet voice. Uh, Teachers found it very, very difficult to get anything out of me. And
Were your parents shy? Or were you from a quiet household?
mm, I would say that my father was probably an introvert.
Mm,
I mean, he may well have been shy, actually. He may well have been shy, but it was more to do with what happened when I was a baby, and um, the landlady used to complain about my crying, and so my mum had to put me in a bathroom, so I was locked away in this bathroom.
oh my
Um,
gosh.
so, and then we had a lot of repression. Then we moved to another place, and the what is the Residents Association hated children.
Oh, lovely.
So we had to be very, very well behaved. And my mother said, she had to keep us down. She had to keep us down. So
Well,
both
poor
my
you.
sister and I were both like this. We were extremely good. Talk about what it was. I was extremely good. Sort of like teachers would
Gold
say, this
star.
is this is not like a real child. Real
Yeah.
real children are not like this. These
But
children
children
are so well behaved. It's unbelievable.
But
Yes.
children are so clever, and they know that the bread and butter comes from mum and dad, and protection comes from mum and dad. So to go along with what the needs are, children
Mm.
are so clever. But poor you, goodness me, have fancy that, a child that can't play. I mean, I homeschooled my kids, and I loved the freedom because I had a very strict upbringing actually too, and it was all about the manners. Behave right, and you got a gold star. And don't be yourself, no, but just behave right and be nice to everybody and gold star. But
But the
so
truth is, Althea, the truth
mm,
is, those are not the people that get ahead in the world. There's
mm,
this false idea that if you're good,
yeah,
you will be rewarded.
yeah.
And the truth is,
Mm.
bad behavior is more often rewarded than good behavior. Yeah.
And also that suppression, that repression. I mean,
Mm.
I certainly, for various other reasons, I did too. And it was like I was screaming inside. I had power. I was full of power and packed of power inside, but no air way to vent it. That's very restrictive for a child, isn't it? So when
Mm.
did that change? When did you find the drama? Where you knew you were shy and you didn't want to, you wanted to hide it, didn't want to be known for that. And then you had all this home life of the restriction and the repression. Goodness me. So that sounds very interesting to me. Like you got into drama, like boom,
Yeah.
that's it. That's like an
Well,
antidote, isn't it?
it was extraordinary. I felt very strongly attracted to drama, and I didn't know
Mm.
why. And I
Oh.
think this was also part of my instinctive self was coming alive. At
Mm.
that time, this is
Fantastic.
this was in my I was seeking. I went into
Yeah.
nursing was my first career,
Ah,
and it wasn't a good fit for me.
yeah.
And actually, I mean, I'm to everybody. I'm thank God not coughing too much, but I'm very very rarely ever unwell. But I was thinking maybe
Mm.
I might have to cancel the way I was
I know. Yeah, it was all
coughing
touch and go all
this
day today,
morning.
wasn't
But
it?
anyway,
I
I've
know.
managed it. I've managed
I
it.
know. It's so fantastic. Yeah, we've been touch and go all day,
Yeah,
everybody. We didn't know if you
yeah,
would make it today.
yeah.
So
But
that's good to have.
yes, in my nursing career,
Mm.
I realised I was not cut out to be a clinical nurse. I was far more interested in people, but I was also listening inside myself. There was something calling inside myself.
Mm.
And I think that's one of the things that I really help people with is to listen to that part, to get people in touch with their intuition and their natural instincts
Lovely.
and able to
Fantastic.
listen to that, but also then to take action. And this is where
Mm.
the drama was so, so powerful. And drama therapy in itself is one step beyond that because the drama therapy enables you to work through the unconscious blockages and patterns,
Mm.
and magically disappears those old
Mm.
unuseful patterns. When I've been seeing that
Amazing.
over the what is 28 years I've been running the courses and seeing the magical impact. And
Wow.
you can never say, well, this is what will happen to you if you come onto this, because
Yeah,
everybody is slightly different.
that's right.
So
Yes.
it's
Yeah. So you went into nursing after school and your first career was nursing. And then when did you find, was it a calling you knew? Were you searching? When was that like, oh, drama? When was that?
and well, I first of all, I thought about going to drama school,
Oh,
um, and then I had a horrible experience of going to a drama class with a useless woman, and I was completely turned off. And I said, no, no, I don't want to do that. So I went to university,
mm,
and I went to a university that was had a lot of theatre. They were
okay.
there. Had a, I just went to. I loved English literature, so that's what got me started.
You mentioned John Donne just off camera. What
Oh
was
yes, 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 yes. Yeah. Should
what
we
was the
should
love
we
about?
start talking about that? No,
Yeah,
that's yes, that's right. All
tell us
right.
all
The
about it.
winter solstice. Yes. So when I was
Okay.
about, I
Oh,
don't know, 13, 14, we were studying the metaphysical poet John Donne. I don't know if anybody here has any familiarity. He's quite a difficult poet. Um, but there was this one particular poem called The Nocturnal on St. Lucy's Days that we were studying, and it really lit me up. This poem, it's actually quite a lot of people would think it would be quite a depressing poem because it's about it's about he's mourning his wife and he's choosing to focus on this day of the winter solstice, which is the darkest and shortest day of the year. And sorry about that, it's my phone. Um,
alive.
Shortest and darkest day of the year. And he's in this depression. But there was something about the way that he expressed it. It was something about the whole idea of the winter solstice that really excited me. And I believe, and I didn't know it then, but it was because of being an introvert.
Mm,
Um,
see that.
that, there was something in me that was calling for that darkness and stillness, that I felt so pushed all the time into being more, speaking up more in class, or being, it felt like there was kind of like
Other.
so much coming at me.
Got to be different. That's what they do at school, isn't it? I mean, as I said, I did home eds, I think my children, but in school, you're supposed to do all 10 subjects or 12 subjects to the best and get A's in everything. And if you're not, well, what's the matter with you? Oh, you're not good
Mm.
at maths. Well, you've got to work harder. Well, how about you don't like maths or whatever,
I
How
certainly
about you like
didn't.
drama? Exactly. How about you like drama and supports? I call it feed the seed. Support that in that person. Maybe that person has
Yeah,
one fantastic ability. Milk it, build it. Why
yeah,
not?
yeah.
It's very different. It's not really natural education at school, is it? So there you had that drawing of the winter. I see it completely because that's you inside, isn't it? And
Mm.
then the winter solstice is like the seeds and the roots and the dark and the still and the going deep.
Yeah, yeah,
And so
absolutely. Yeah.
John Donne sort of said it for you then, was it clicked you onto it then?
Yeah, it was sort of some of the language, and picked out some of the things that what he said. He says the world's whole sap is sunk. The world's whole sap. It's like everything is drawing down into this. I mean, of course,
Sumptuous.
but this whole idea. This is the shortest day of the year. It's apparently um, where we're furthest away from the North Pole, the Earth's axis. It's tilted farthest away from the sun. So that's why, and it's the start. It's both. It's the both the end and the beginning. So it's the end of shorter days and the beginning of longer days. So it has a positive side to
Yeah.
it. And this
Yes.
is what I'll be talking a little bit
Yeah.
about when we go into the meditation, because this is also about about allowing ourselves to go into the dark. And this is what the Celts and the Druids used to do. They would stay up all night, standing round their fires, wrapped up in their cloaks and animal skins to keep themselves warm. And in those times, actually, to get through that winter, often to get through that winter, to survive, this was an extraordinary thing to survive, even to get through. And those times, of course, we're having a lot of climate change now, and we're not having the sort of weather that they used to have. Um, so, and then they stayed up and it's when the new sun arrived on that horizon in the
Mhm.
morning, whether or not they could see it. Uh, these days, quite often, it's not possible to see the sun, but that little tiny, it's a tiny sun in comparison to the big sun that we see in summertime. And so this is what they called the magical child.
Oh, wow.
So that sun was the sun,
Ah.
the magical child.
Mm.
And there's a lot, and as I was doing a little bit more research, so whilst the actual true winter solstice is either on the 21st or the 22nd, generally it's on the 21st. This year it's 3 minutes past 3 in the afternoon, I believe. I believe.
Okay.
Oh, it may not be. It may be
Three
three
minutes past three. That's a bit of a
in the
that was a
morning. It
bit of a
might be in the
number, isn't it?
morning. It might
Oh,
well be in the
morning.
morning, and I'll have to check
Okay.
that. I think that's right. I think it's
Oh,
3 minutes
wow.
past 3 in the morning. Yeah.
Gosh. And that's when the shortest day and the shortest night is
Yeah.
3 past 3 in the morning.
Yes. And it's
Okay.
just that moment of the stillness. It's that moment where that change. I mean, it's a very, very short moment, but that is the winter solstice. That is that moment.
I love that, and it's I love the idea of sort of being in tune with nature. That we roll with it because I mean, winter in itself, or this winter solstice, about going within. It's a time of like contemplation, or to be tucked up in bed, to dig deep into your soul, to
Mm.
its secrets, it's your ancestors or your jewels that
Mm.
you are within, and just
Yeah.
go and rest
Yeah.
within.
Yeah, and it absolutely connects us with our ancestors. Those ancient ancestors that were doing these practices
Three
thousands
past
of
three,
years ago.
three past three in the afternoon on the 21st.
Oh, it is in the after. It is in the afternoon. I thought I
Yeah,
saw that, and I was always quite surprised it was. Yeah.
yeah, three
Anyway, that's
three.
the time. That's the time when it's seeing that, but it occurs at
Interesting.
different times on different years, apparently. Yeah. But yes, at the 21st. But the solstice used to be celebrated on the 25th of December.
Ooh, what's all that about?
Ooh.
What's going on?
Ooh. So in Anglo-Saxon times, in Roman times, uh, they celebrated, and of course they were so you can see why our Christian ceremonies sort of like dovetailed in with the ancient practices.
Wasn't it something about they wanted to stop Christianity, so they moved it to the 21st? Is that right? Why did they move it? What's all that about?
Oh, I think it's because it's scientifically accurate to say the
Ah,
solstice is on the 21st or 22nd or whenever
okay.
it is. It's scientifically accurate. But it's just that it was celebrated, on the 25th. And then the
Mm,
25th became, the Christmas celebration and the magical child,
I love
It's
that.
the
That's
same the
beautiful.
same idea. It's the same
Yeah.
concept that
Like
we
hope,
go
isn't it?
from darkness, we
Yes.
go from darkness and release
Yes.
into this new thing,
Mm,
this new thing that's coming,
feel it.
this new sun,
Yeah.
and this
And that's
hope,
gonna,
this hope, and this is what we'll be.
yeah.
We'll probably start going into the meditation fairly soon. This is what
Yes.
we will start going into.
Yes. So when did you, so the, this is all kind of layering, isn't it? And then when you came into the drama, this wasn't until, so they had drama at uni and then that's when it sort of, you woke up to it, was it? That's when you started to come
Yes,
along.
yes, I did a lot of drama at uni. I went there as a mature student after doing my nursing experience. Uh,
Mm.
and that was, nursing always came in handy when I needed a little bit of extra money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing for
So
nothing.
but
So,
I did a lot of drama, and then I got, and by the end my one of my tutors was saying, you really should go into theatre. And I'm saying, oh no no, oh I don't,
bloody
no, I
theatre.
don't think I but I wanted to, all you had to do was to say, that's what you should be
Nudge.
doing. So
Amazing.
I spent years sort of uh, struggling, along with many other people struggling to make it in the theatre world. But I realized many, many years afterwards that all the expression that I did in theatre, which enabled me to release all that repression I'd had from a
Mm,
very, very young age, I was able to let go of that,
beautiful.
and and it released me. The
Amazing.
drama is so powerful, um,
Mm,
with releasing emotions, because you're so tuned into the character, you don't realize you're doing your own work. You're
mm.
you're expressing
Lovely.
yourself as the character, and there's a sort of like, this is what's called dramatic distance. Is that sometimes particularly when we've got, you deal with pain. I deal with emotional pain, which of course they're linked as well.
Yeah.
But emotional pain is often very connected in with the body, and sometimes we can't. We unconsciously we're so attached to that pain, we don't want to let it go. But when
Mm,
we express it through the drama, it's through something else.
mm.
Then we have more freedom. We're
Yeah.
expressing ourselves through the character. We're not thinking about ourselves and our
Yes.
kind of like our messed upness.
Yes,
Um,
yes, because really, at the essence of it, there's nothing wrong with this. It's just stuff we go through, things we experience. I mean, I had something, I don't do drama. I was always felt too shy to do something like it didn't match for me, but I love dancing. I used to dance and to just be in the flow of the music and through learning steps to be able to express it through my body, I'd get that buzz, that's a tingle all through, and like
mm,
it's like when you hit a particular note and it's just something, something's connected. You don't know what it is, but it's that you're connected or something. So we've all got to find a way. And before we go into the meditation, can you tell us a little bit about your work, and you formed this into some kind of program, or
yes, yeah, yeah,
what
yeah,
is
yeah.
that?
So yes, I've developed it became the sunflower effect. This is because I wrote a book called From Wallflower to Sunflower, and that's the
Uh,
journey I take people on, from feeling sort of like on the sidelines, feeling inhibited, feeling it's hard to express, to just allowing that sunflower within to reveal itself. So to allow that and this is what happens through the drama. So I've created a number of different courses. So I work very much with with confidence issues, particularly with people who are shy, introverted, or have social anxiety, that are challenged, And one of the things that I've developed is because social anxiety is a really difficult thing, and there's not many things that can really help somebody to become more kind of like conversational, able to respond more. If we didn't do that when we were children, we don't know. But the thing that made a difference to me was improvisation. So I've developed a course called I Don't Know What to Say. And in that course, I don't know what to
Brilliant.
say because
Love
that's the
it.
thing that everyone goes, "Oh, I don't know what to
That's it.
say."
There it is.
Yeah, and
Brilliant.
yes. So I've been exploring in this area. So I've got a course which is helping people to stand up and speak in front of a group, whether that's
Mm,
a social group or whether it's something they have to do at work. Because a lot of the public speaking courses don't help people with their anxiety.
mm.
And this is where the drama therapy is so powerful, is because it enables them to we go into the anxiety, we explore the anxiety,
Mm.
so that people then have a great understanding of where it's coming from and what they're
Yeah,
doing to themselves by allowing it
yeah,
to take over that situation. So it's a very weird thing is that we can get so sort of preoccupied with past experiences that are stopping us from being able to go with that flow that you talked
yeah,
about when you
yeah.
were when you're dancing.
Yeah,
And this
it's
is the thing.
interesting. If you know what your nerves and your anxiety or your terror of speaking is, and you know where it comes from and how to harness that. And I know I've had some difficult early experiences, and it took me a long, long, long time to even begin to share it. Just sharing, let alone going on a stage and talking about it. It took me a long, long time, and I thought, people even want to know this? Is it useful or is it helpful? It took me a long, long time, but you hone in there then to find out what is it that's the nerves for somebody and what's going
Mm,
on there. Is that how it
mm,
works, sort of?
mm. That's one of
And then
the one of the processes. We mix it all in with some drama expression. Um, yeah,
hmm,
yeah.
so it's one
And
is
what
it
they're
one
able to
main
do at the end of that is just amazing.
fantastic you free people, isn't it, from themselves?
Mm, mm.
Beautiful. And is it like
That's
one course or you got lots of different products? Is it?
I've got about how many courses have I got? Um, I've got at least ooh, ooh, I've probably got at least 10 courses.
Oh,
I've
oh,
got I've got everything from 1 day workshops through to 2 weekend depth courses. Most of the courses are 12-week courses, and I do advanced courses as well as the like sort of beginner courses. So um,
you want to just
there's
name
quite a
name
few.
can you just name a few of them
Yes,
just to
there's the
give us an
breakthrough
idea of what
group.
they're all about? What?
Breakthrough group, that's the
Breakthrough?
sort of building confidence, breaking out of your shell one. Finding your voice is all about
Hmm.
overcoming that anxiety.
Hmm.
Um,
I don't know
I
what to
don't know
say.
what to say is all about the social anxiety.
Okay.
Enormous fun.
Yeah.
Then I also have a 2 weekend course called Breakthrough Plus, and that's where we go really deep into the core causes of some of the problems that people are having. Then I have the Express Yourself workshop,
Mm-hmm.
and that's just a 1 day drama-based workshop. It's a good starting place for a lot of people. I also do an introductory evening, which I will be doing. Next one is on the 28th, same day
Oh,
that we're going to do our talk, where I'll be
lovely.
talking more about that.
Wonderful.
Then I have the Charisma, Speak with Charisma course,
Mm-hmm.
and the Stand Up for Yourself,
Mm.
and another one
Oh,
that
brilliant, Claire.
yeah, anyway, there's loads of them.
Fantastic. I absolutely love you. It just feels like you're getting that shy little person who's stuck and wants to speak and can't. You just bring them out of their shell and get them to shine like a
Mm,
sunflower. Beautiful.
yes.
Okay, so people are going to be able to find out more when they get in contact with you. So let's go. Let's
Yeah.
go for the meditation if that's okay with you.
Yeah.
Yep. And so it's going to be around about 10-15 minutes or something.
Okay. All
Shall
right.
I? I'll go on mute, shall I? And then you can take
All
over.
right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I
Enjoy it.
invite you to get yourself into as dark a space as you possibly can. Um, I'm I'm not going to do that because um, I'm think it's probably better that I don't. But I probably am going to close my eyes. So, if you like to just get your feet on the floor, take a few deep breaths, taking that breath right deep down into your body. And with each breath, sinking a little deeper into yourself. And embracing this darkness. This darkness of the winter solstice. As the year turns, at this darkest point of the year, allow yourself to just let go. Breathing into the darkness. Tuning into the natural world outside, the earth, the dark, wet, cold earth. So everything in nature is releasing, has been releasing since the autumn. And the moss is getting stronger. And everything is decomposing. So just taking yourself into this place of just releasing, letting go of everything that you've been carrying. All the important things that you've got to do tomorrow. All the things that are going round and round in your head. Just let them go so you can descend into this special place of darkness. And as John Donne says, talks about a quintessence out of nothingness. And quintessence is sort of about everything. Nothingness is nothing. So it's a total paradox. So this is a moment where you are able to receive everything. To receive, to be open. To receive from nature, from your deeper self. As you tune into that natural world. The trees that are all, well, not all of them, but most of them, bare of their leaves. Just let yourself be in this nothingness, in this quietness, in this peace. And maybe you'd like to imagine yourself joining the ancient Celts, sitting round the fire in the cold on this dark, dark day and this dark, dark night. Waiting for that new sun. And so all the seeds that you have been planting in the ground in 2025, we're just going to allow them to go through their own process. You planted them so that with that new sun that will come forward on the morning, I imagine, of the 22nd, this is the birth of the magical child. So maybe this magical child is you. Or maybe you have a specific image of what the magical child is in your life. Or maybe you just don't know, and that's absolutely fine. But just let the magical child be there, out there on the horizon. And let yourself be in this dreaming place. And if there are images that come to you whilst you're in this place of darkness, whilst you're in this place of letting go, and maybe feel somewhere in your body this little spark, this little spark of the Winter Solstice magical child. Allowing it to grow. Allowing it to take shape. to the point where you see that first dawn, that light. That light that is the next year's beginning. For the Celt, the winter solstice was very much the end of the year. It was their new year too. And so just allowing yourself to maybe begin to shine a little bit brighter into the light. To allow yourself to be in the light. And to notice what is around you. Maybe you have images. Maybe little thoughts flash into your mind. And slowly just allowing yourself to become lighter and lighter and lighter. And taking a moment to connect with your heart. Your beautiful heart. And maybe the winter solstice has a little message for you. And so very, very gently bringing yourself back. Oh, we were going to light a candle. Forgot about that. But if you would like to light the candle now as a symbol of that new sun, you can do that now. Yeah. And see it representing your new year, your solstice. Okay. And if you'd like to bring yourself back,
Claire, that was wonderful. You got a candle, everybody?
it would be lovely to see the candles. I should
Everybody got
have
a
one,
candle.
but
Come on, teacher.
I've just landed at my partner's place, fighting off this bug that I've had.
That
Yeah.
was lovely, Claire.
Mm.
I felt that was really subtle and gentle, and like I saw little tiny on the dark side, I saw this little tiny green shoot, and on the light side, I just saw that sun child just come in, like you said, a small sun over the horizon. So just little but deep, dark, um, optimistic, and new life. Just naturally, no rush. It's just happening.
Mm.
That's what I felt. Anybody want to share? If you want to shake your hand or put your digital hand up and I can unmute you. How was it for you? Anybody want to share? Show your candle. So we're going to open it up for question time now. And if you'd like to speak directly to Claire, let me know, and then I can unmute you. Welcome back. Welcome back. Anybody have any questions? What was your experience like, everyone? So is this something that you do on your courses, or is this something like a separate
No,
thing?
no, I
No,
don't. I have
nothing
actually.
to
I
do with
have in
it.
the past. I've run a number of Winter Solstice workshops when I used to do a lot more, all sorts of different workshops. But I haven't for quite some time. So it was amazing when we started having that conversation
Mm,
um, about the winter solstice. But it still is a very, very important thing for me. I
lovely.
mean, I celebrate it with a,
Yeah.
a group that I'm part of, and
Mm.
it's just so wonderful.
And it's part of your recognition for that inner shy child that you are. Is that right or something like that? Is that
Yeah, well,
the
that
idea?
seemed to be what came out of when I started thinking about it. What was this
Yeah.
whole fascination with the winter solstice?
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, and being an
But
introvert, and it's how when often when we're sort of like in that vulnerable place, we don't realize what is calling to us. And I
yeah.
think when I read that John Donne poem, that
Mm,
that was calling to me in some way to
mm,
to move somewhere different.
yeah. Recognize yourself too, because we all
Mm.
have these amazing spirits and abilities and gifts in life, but we don't always that's not always recognized or brought out in us. But then life has a funny way of just showing you and calling you. You get called to what feels right for you.
Yeah.
And if anybody wants to share their experience of that meditation, or what's the favorite time of the year for you, everyone?
Okay.
And Lee, do you want to unmute yourself, Lee, and just share, have a chat?
All right. So Lee has just asked.
Sure.
Um,
Hi.
hey, he's asked me about the causes.
Yeah, I have two questions. One is
Yeah.
just you were talking about your courses, and I remember you mentioned these before, but I just wondered if you could remind me of your website so I could have a look at these.
Okay. Makingmoves.net.
Makingmoves.net. Okay, that's great.
You should you should have that in quite a lot of the
I should
emails
know
I
that
must
by
have
now,
sent to
shouldn't
you.
I?
Yeah,
I should know
makingmoves.net.
that.
And
Okay,
you
thanks.
there is a calendar which is all the upcoming courses, but there's also another one that's there's a that has all of the courses that I run on it. I think it's just called course confidence courses or something like that. Anyway,
Okay, perfect. Thank you. And my second question was, is there any kind of association or link between mood changes at this time of year, the winter solstice? Because
Ooh, I really
I didn't
don't know
actually
the
know much
answer to
about it.
that.
Okay.
Um, a lot of people, of course, have seasonal affective disorder, don't they?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I mean, is it, and that's to do with the light, with them being disconnected from the light. Ooh,
yeah.
my computer
Okay.
is sorry, suddenly telling me it's about
Lost
to
her.
run out, which wouldn't be good.
You're on the battery.
Yeah, saved it, saved the
Well done.
day.
Well done. Well done.
Thank you for those
Yeah,
answers.
but yeah, I think there is a connection. I think you're right.
It is, isn't it? I mean, it's like I'm studying. We have a resident astrologer at Pain Free at the moment, Sue Carberry, and it's all about, the spring. What is that? What kind of person is that? And going deeper into the seasons and things. That new, fresh person and bright colors, and then into the summer, more of a Leo the lion, and coming out with
Mm,
bravado and showing off. Going into the autumn, we're kind of
mm,
collecting and resourcing and tucking things away. And then the winter, like dark secrets, stillness, quietness, roots, ancestors,
mm,
and
mm,
contemplation. What's for next year, sort of thing. Where's your plans? And going into hibernation, really.
mm.
So I heard about synchronism. Santos Bonacci talks a lot about this sort of thing, synchronism with the seasons. And I think you definitely, your moods will be different. If you're somebody who needs a lot of sun and you're not or something,
Mm.
that's going to cause perhaps depression. I don't know, but I'm sure seasons have an effect on the moods.
Um, Also, I think this is the point of the meditation that we've just done, which is giving ourselves permission to be quiet, permission
Mm,
to be still. We need it, particularly the introverts around us need to actually block out, you know, just let go. Yes, we have a lot that we need to be doing, and I speak for myself around that. But that, we get into all this busyness,
mm,
but the winter solstice is calling us just to find ourselves again, to
mm.
find our roots, find where our roots live.
Yes, I really felt that in the meditation. I don't know what I was expecting exactly, but it was just a very still, quiet little images, little visions of this little tiny seedling and the little tiny sun on the horizon. And I was feeling that,
Mm.
the stillness. And thank you so much for your question, Lee. Thank you for sharing. And would anyone else like to share about what they went through the meditation? What did they feel? Or do you find that you're a shy person? Do you relate to what Claire's talking about? If you want to share, just wave your hand or digitize yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
Karen wants to ask a question or to have a chat.
Hello.
Hi, Karen.
Hi. Right. Yes, I can relate to the being very shy and very repressed when I was a child, and children should be seen and not heard, and
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
yes, you sit quietly down there, and this is adults, and you couldn't ask your parents anything if they were talking, that sort of thing. So it took me a long time to come out of my shell as well. So
Mm,
I could really relate to that. But
mm.
with the meditation, I went back to where my cousins used to live over on the East Coast in Dungeness,
Oh, right.
on
Yes.
the beach there, which is a very quiet, still beach. And I felt like I was stood there, just looking out across. And
Mm,
then the sun came up, a very tiny sun came
mm.
up. It was lovely.
Beautiful.
Yeah, yeah,
Beautiful.
yeah. I've
Yes,
only
I
been
know
there
that
once.
beach.
Yeah, yeah, where
Yeah.
the lighthouse is.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. I've only been there once, but for some reason it took me back there.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But thank you for that. It was lovely.
Mm.
It was lovely.
Wonderful. Thank you, Karen. And anyone else like to share their experience or have any questions for Claire before we go? We're coming to the top of the hour here. And did you find that helpful? What have you done for your shyness? Have you been shy yourself, like Karen? Sarah, did you want to have a chat? Um, and because how do we find the ways to help ourselves in life? Sometimes life just sort of draws you to it, like for you, Claire. Sarah, yes, what would you like to ask? Or
Well, it was
go
just a
away.
comment really, and just echoing what was dear Claire said, because I was very shy, and now I don't stop talking, which is like, oh, it's awful. And the lovely
Oh,
Sue Tonks, I don't know if you know about her, but she was amazing. She was somebody in my business, and basically was a lawyer, but just walked me out of my shell just by talking, having the confidence to talk, and just linking things and just talking. And I think that's really good because I mean, I went through my army career and I was quiet as a mouse. To all the
mm,
senior officers, I didn't say very much. And I think, gosh, if I'd had my time again, I think I'd be a completely different person. But that
Hmm.
was amazing. The meditation I'm not very good at normally, but that was good. And I'm sorry I didn't have my camera on, and we should always have our camera on. And I didn't. Not should we shouldn't should we,
No, no,
Althea?
no, no. I
No.
definitely wanted you to be. Definitely wanted you to have your own dark space.
Yes, but I think that was lovely. It was really good. And I was doing something, so I'm going away all of a sudden. But I just hearing it, I thought, oh, yes, I really relate to that. So I think that was really important. So thank you very much. I just wanted to acknowledge you as saying thank you to your face rather than to just the message on here.
Yeah.
amazing. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, Sarah, for
Okay.
sharing. Thank you. Oh, sorry. I pressed the button too early. Thank you so much. Okay, so we have come to the top of the hour there, and it's been just whizzed round and really quick, Claire, and it's been delightful to have you on to take us into your world a little bit. And of course, in an hour we can only cover so much in an hour, and I hope that people have enjoyed that, and those who are listening on replay. To go through that little meditation. And if you feel drawn and you're wanting to bring yourself out, and if you're finding that's a struggle for you, get in touch with Claire and come into her world and explore her loads of courses and see if something's right for you. So Claire, where do people get in touch with you? How do they find you?
Makingmoves.net. MAKINGMOVES. Not movies.
Oh, moves,
Makingmoves.net.
moves.
If you just put in the sunflower effect into
Mm,
Google, you will find me. Or just
beautiful,
my name comes up. There's not that many Claire Schraders around. You
lovely,
probably will find me that way. Yeah.
perfect. And is it all online that you do? Is it all in person? What's
Oh, it's
the
all in
capacity?
person. At the moment, it's
All in
all in
person.
person. Yes, so
And
it's
whereabouts are
very
you?
London based,
London.
unfortunately, but I will be
Or
doing courses,
fortunately. Or
or
fortunately.
fortunately for those that can attend, it's
Yeah.
London based. But from next year, I am going to start running some online courses so
Oh,
that it catches the
good.
people who cannot get down to London
Yes.
for my courses. So
Yep.
yeah.
Because people hear this podcast all over the place. I'm sure they hear about you all over the place and all over England, maybe. So, London might be very far for somebody. That's amazing. That's really great news. And this is whereabouts in London are you?
What, I mean, where I live or where
Where do
I
you
run the
where do you
courses?
where do you run the
We
courses?
run the courses pretty
Where
much
do you live?
central
We're
on.
coming round.
Oh yes, I live near a
Where's
place
your
called.
courses?
I run the courses around the Euston. I've got a new venue coming in the Holborn area as well,
Hmm,
the new Helios
amazing.
Centre. So
Oh,
I run weekend courses there mainly. Not entirely. I'll be running one of my 12-week courses there in the February. The next round of courses start in February.
amazing, amazing. Wonderful. Claire, that's absolutely fantastic. And I love your gentle, sweet, and powerful energy. It's been really delightful just letting it flow and just letting those waters just express and
Yeah.
flow. Thank you so much for coming on. Thank you. And thank you everybody for listening. And Sarah says thank you. Thank you everybody for coming on because it wouldn't be an interactive podcast if you were all here too.
Yeah.
And if you are listening to this on replay and you like what you hear, get in touch with Claire. Find out more about what's going on in the classes and courses that she offers. And if you'd like to come on to the next podcast, go to painfreedom.co.uk, where you'll see all the upcoming podcasts to attend live to and all the replays too. You'll find in the same place. So, Claire, thank you so much for coming on. I always like to leave my guest with the last word. How would you like to leave people today?
Celebrate yourself.
Perfect. Love it. That goes simplistic and deep. Love it. Thank you so much, Claire. Have a wonderful evening, everybody, and thank you very much for coming on. Bye, everyone.